Today, we're diving into Pran Pratishta. It's an ancient spiritual science that says you can actually channel cosmic energy and give it a physical home. So let's break down how that's supposed to work. Seriously, just think about it for a second. That feeling you get in some places, ancient temples, maybe a quiet forest, a grand cathedral, it's a pretty common human experience, right? But what if there's a whole system behind it? Well, according to the source material we're looking at, that feeling isn't random at all. Nope, it's the end result of a very methodical process, one designed for creating and interacting with these powerful energetic fields. So let's get into exactly how it works. To really get our heads around this whole process, we have to start at the very beginning, with the core principle it's all built on, the nature of reality itself. Now, what's really fascinating here is the core idea. It's saying that everything in the universe, from stars to stones to you and me, is all just energy, vibrating at different frequencies. Nothing is truly as solid as we think it is. So, if everything is energy, this source gives a name to that fundamental spark that animates everything, prana. Think of it as the universal life force, the current that flows through, well, absolutely everything. And here is the other half of the puzzle, pratishta. This isn't just a concept, it's an action. It's the deliberate process of invoking that prana, of awakening it, and giving it a specific place to reside and a purpose. So this is the crucial part. When you combine these two ideas, the energy, prana, and the action, pratishta, you get the process of Pran Pratishta. And the source describes this as a way to take this vast, kind of overwhelming divine energy and make it safe, make it accessible for us to actually interact with. Okay, so that's the cosmic principle. But how does that become a physical reality? Let's look at how you actually construct a place that's designed to harness these energetic currents. The source lays out this really precise 4-step blueprint. And as you can see, it's about way more than just architecture. It all starts with finding a super potent spot on the Earth's own energetic grid. From there, it's all about ritual, asking for permission, purifying the ground, and using specific mantras at every single stage to make sure the energy being built is, well, purely divine. And this leads us right to the heart of the structure, the focal point for all of this harnessed energy. Now, the source is really specific about this. The term it uses is Murthi, which it defines as a representative form designed to be a medium for divine energy. It makes a really sharp distinction from the word idol, which, often carries this negative idea of empty or false worship. And this is where the level of precision just gets incredible. The physical form of the Murthi isn't just some artistic choice. According to the text, its exact dimensions are laid out in scriptures, and they basically function like a kind of spiritual antenna, engineered to attract and channel a very specific type of energy. And you can see that whole principle in action right here. On one side, a form like Shiva or Vishnu is designed to channel a calm, meditative prana. On the other side, a form like Kali or Durga is built to channel a fierce, protective kind of prana. The main takeaway here is that the form dictates the function. It's like spiritual engineering. So why go through all this trouble? The source uses this really powerful analogy. It says that raw, unharnessed divine energy would be like spiritual radiation poisoning for us. It's just too intense, too overwhelming. The Murthi, infused with prana through the Pratishta process, acts like a step-down transformer, making that cosmic power safe and approachable for us. Okay, so the sacred space is built, the energy is harnessed, but what does that actually mean for the person who walks in the door? How does the interaction really happen? This brings us full circle, right back to that question from the beginning. If this whole structure is an energetic system, how does it produce those very real feelings of peace or lightness, or that sudden clarity people so often talk about? Well, the source describes these specific actions that are designed to create that energetic exchange. Just walking around the building helps you get used to the energy. Bringing your palms together is described as closing your energetic circuit. Then, as you move around the Murthi, your own personal energy field starts to absorb its refined vibrations, and reciting specific mantras helps your body align with that higher frequency. And the effect of all this? It's described as clearing away all the mental and emotional static. The noise of daily life. It's like all that just fades into the background. And what's left behind is a sense of clarity, of truth, because your spirit has been kind of uplifted on a vibrational level that you can then actually feel. But here's the thing. This process isn't entirely passive. And this, to me, is the most fascinating part. The final piece of the puzzle, according to this text, is you. Your own internal state plays an absolutely crucial role.
This is such a critical point. The divine energy, as the source describes it, works on a principle of resonance. Like attracts like. It can't be tricked. It responds to your true frequency, not the face you might be showing to the world.
So, what happens if there's a mismatch? If a person is holding on to a lot of internal negativity, their lower frequency is going to clash with the high, pure frequency of the Murthi. The source calls this a collision that creates energetic friction, which it says can even be felt physically. And this really is the ultimate takeaway. A visit to a sacred space isn't some magic fix. For those positive effects to stick around and become lasting, the source says it requires deep, honest introspection and a real commitment to making lifelong changes that bring you into alignment with those higher qualities. And so the text concludes with this very direct call to action. It's all about creating inner coherence, making sure your actions and your words line up, unlearning old harmful patterns, and connecting with your true self. And so, this explainer leaves us with a final, powerful question to really think about. In the grand scheme of things, considering the energy you cultivate and the frequency you broadcast, what is it that your soul will ultimately carry forward?